Hey guys, and welcome. My name's NG Paradox, and we're here with Bath. It's the time. The first match of the season is here against Margate, and then soon after, we'll be playing against Weston-super-Mare. Now, before we jump into the match, you're probably thinking, NG, what have you been doing for pre-season? What have you got up to? What players have you signed? What have you been doing? And we're going to look at that right now. And I have to say, it's been kind of a disappointing pre-season. Firstly, let's go quick look at the staff. Obviously, with the staff, we were able to bring in one more coach. We brought in Paul Griffiths here. Obviously, his stats aren't amazing, but I think for our level, it's pretty good. It's kind of raised us up a little bit more compared to where we were before. We're still a little bit behind in many areas of our coaching. Now, he has only been the Chester Under-18s manager, so he doesn't have much experience. But I say, we're at the very bottom of the pile. We can't really be picky when it comes to the people we get. Now, going to scout, though, we brought in one scout, Peter Mead, and you can see here, look at that. It's raised up our scouting amazingly, just with one guy. I haven't found 3 others, though. I'm still trying to find 3 that I feel I can trust. But with the first one, though, I feel we can trust him. Peter Mead. He's got judge and playability 12 and potential 12. He's got adaptability 19, which apparently does affect it. I'm not sure how adaptability affects the scout, though, but it's counted there as being one that's important for it. When it comes to his history, obviously his career, he had looks like an okay career in football, kind of in the lower leagues. And his achievements, though, he did used to be the scout for Crystal Palace in 2015, and before then he was the scout for Bolton for 20 years. So actually, he's actually got quite a lot of experience. He's a pretty good scout. Very happy to bring him on. We also brought in another physician, Neil Lewis, who, if I have a quick look, he was previously the physician of the Under-18s in Cardiff. And Cardiff is a pretty good team, so that's raised up our physician medical team stuff as well. So not too bad here overall. That's not bad. When it comes to the pre-season, though, our pre-season matches were not great. If we have a look at the fixtures, you can see we lost every fixture, but I will tell you, we did play bigger teams. So, for example, the first match ended 2-0 to Braintree, but Braintree is in the National League, and so they're in the league above us, and it does show the difference between the two leagues. The National League is a pretty tough league if you first get up there. So they did beat us 2-0. Then we faced Newcastle's Under-23s, and Newcastle obviously is a good side. We lost 2-1 in that game, but Andy Watkins did score, so he showed me in this instance that he can score. So our striker can apparently score goals. So he scored 1 there. Then we played Newport. It ended 3-2. I thought that was a pretty good one, actually. When we first started the series, I did ask you guys who you want me to play. And Newport actually was an option. Newport did seem quite popular. And they are in League 2, of course. So again, that's 2 leagues above us. And we ended the game 3-2. I thought it was pretty good. Andy Watkins, I apologize for my pronunciation. My accent makes it really hard to pronounce Watkins for some reason. But he scored again, so again he's proven to me he can score, so I'm quite happy to see him actually scoring. But it's a shame that we let in 3 goals, and then we played Yate. Now this was a disappointment. We should be beating Yate. They are below us when it comes to leagues, and we lost 2-1. Andy Watkins, though, again scored, so I guess I can take that from it. But it was a shame that, again, we lost. So not a great start to the preseason, but that's the preseason. Who cares about the preseason? Let's look at transfer history. Oh, I did not bring any transfers because we had to look for a scout, well, the scout people. I did bring in a scout, and we brought him in. We've been scouting people since then, and we've not been able to find any players that I feel are adequate. You can see here we got a few around here who are we're kind of continuing to scout. Some of them won't come to join us, for example, Sam Gallagher. But the other ones here, these ones we're kind of scouting at the moment. These are potential signs, so we are looking at a few names at the moment. We're trying to keep scouting them. I want to get as much information about them as possible before I sign any of them. It's really hard. When you're in the lower leagues, you have such little information about them. As you can see for this guy here, you can hardly see any of his stats. So I'm continuing to scout them until I can find any players that I really trust. I don't want to bring players in for no reason. And if we don't trust them, if we get near the end of the August, obviously, I might have to do some panic buys because we have a bit of money here. We need to be bringing in players at least as backup. But since doing my scouting, I think actually a lot of our players aren't too bad, actually. since doing my scan, I think a lot of them aren't actually that bad, so that's a good sign. But let's jump into the first match of the season. Can our players hold up? Margate versus Bath. So you can see here, we've got Stephen Watt as their manager. They've got a key player in Matthias. Oh, it takes me to Margate. Okay, Matthias Fanimo. Our key player, though, is Naby Diallo. Hopefully we can come out with a win. Like I said before, they are predicted to, what was their prediction? 20th? Oh, 21st now. So we should be beating these guys. Our squad looks basically the same, because I haven't changed much. I brought Fleetwood in. Stuart Fleetwood has been brought back from loan. He's been put into this, substitute position, because I think actually he could be okay. I let go the loan signing we had, the loan striker that we had, because I don't know why we had him. He was not as good as Fleetwood, in my opinion, and I didn't like his stats at all. So I decided to let him go. Hopefully that was a good decision. And I've not actually set any tactics. Now, you might think of why not. When it comes to the instructions, there's none here that I think will really suit our team right now. Hello? Oh, Paul Williams. Chairman of Bath City Football Club. Thank you for phoning me. Oh, yes, I understand you're a little bit worried about the tactics of the team and the strategy. I know it looks a bit basic. I understand that it looks like maybe you could just got anyone to come in to do this. Maybe even had no manager because we're basically doing nothing. Oh, okay. We have to put a line in here, I expect that type of language from the YouTube comment section, not from the chairman of the football club. Okay, we're gonna just have to agree to disagree for now, but I love you, goodbye. God damn, what a nutcracker he is. Oh, shit, I forgot to put down the phone. Sorry, now I was just talking about my wife. My wife just walked into the room. Don't worry about it, Jim, don't worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So I decided to keep it simple for the team, that way these guys can kind of express themselves. Hopefully then it gives them that flexibility to play. That's what I'm hoping for. I feel like in the lower leagues, you don't always have to put in as much instructions as you need to. The players maybe given a bit of freedom can actually let it come out. I only hope. So yeah, we're going to be trying it on 3D, because personally I actually quite like the 3D match engine. I think it looks better. I think it allows you then to actually see how well the players are playing a bit better. You can see what mistakes they made. For example, if you're watching on 2D, if there's a tackle or something, you don't see exactly how the tackle went. Like, it's much nicer to see, I think, in 3D. That's just my personal preference. I know a lot of people prefer it in 2D. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section, do you prefer it in 3D or in 2D? That will help me a lot. And looks like Margate is going for the free up front formation. Very attacking. That could cause us problems. Continue the team talk. I should try to encourage the team. Let's go passionate. Go out there and impress me, boys. It's the first... Okay, that... it didn't do much, but yeah. It's the first game of the season. Go out there. Show me what you've got. Show me what you've got. And it seems as though the frames aren't too bad at the moment, so that's good. Maybe we will keep it on 3D, as long as you guys like it. We seem to be having a lot of possession of the ball at the beginning. I'm liking it. But there's no highlights, and it's 25 minutes in. 5 shots by us, 0 on target. What is going on, boys? Artos with the ball in. Come on. Oh, come on, long ball. Yes! And it is Dan Ball, the captain of the team. Frankie Artos has picked up a knock. We'll leave him on until half-time, but it's the captain of the team, Dan Ball. I noticed him at the beginning when we played this team. As soon as we got them, I knew he was going to be a player to watch. Look at that. Great start for us. We could win our first match of the season. Obviously, the friendlies don't technically count. They're not important. They're nothing, basically. That wasn't the worst first half I've ever seen. Go out for, yeah, calm. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. Yeah, you were playing quite well, guys, but you need to get more on target. And maybe we'll bring in a new player for Frankie. I don't want him to get too injured. I'm trying to remember. Let's go on the... let's have a quick go on advanced, because I can't remember these 3 very well, because I've not used them much. Lee Marshall. He looks absolutely horrible. I really don't want to use him. Billy Murphy. Kind of similar, a bit more better physical. I think a bit better mental there. And then we've got Andrew Elcock. All can play the middle, but they're all not great. I'm going to go with Billy. Come on, Billy. What can you do? Ball winning. Do you have good tackling? A 6 and a 7. You're 8 passing. You're not really... Let's do that. You prefer that. Let's put you on support, though. Because the deep playing midfielder, he is defending. Okay. Let's try that. Because we're winning right now, so maybe tackling the ball a bit more might be good for us. And I should probably change this. I don't know why this is 2 league tables here. Normally I set this to be one of ours. BAF stats. There you go. Just so we can see the condition of our players if we need to bring in any substitutes or whatever. It's always useful to see that. Nobby Dialli is not looking great, but we don't have really any of attacking midfielders. We'd probably change... We really need some extra players in all positions. That's what we need. Our striker's not doing great. We had 4 shots on target now, but we need to be scoring more goals. So I'm going to bring him off and bring on Fleetwood. Fleetwood's only really good, though, at being a defensive forward. That's not what I want. Go for Poacher for now. Just try and get in there. Other than that, midfield 71. He's got 6.6 rating. He seems composed. Looking nervous. I need to get rid of Chaz Hemmings, but we haven't got really any players for his position. Let's bring on Elcock for him. And central midfielder. Oh. That's the wrong one. And this. Defend, support. How about you go for defend? We'll do that. Okay. Hopefully we can just hold on. We've got 30 minutes left. Still a lot of time, and our players are getting tired. I say at this level of the game, players get tired quite easily. So it's not a surprise. Okay, we got the ball again. Ball. Come on, be our highlight. Be our highlight. Yes, come on. Hutchinson. Oh. Don't let them do a counter-attack. Come on, guys. There we go. Perfect. Okay. As long as it stays in our highlights, I don't mind. If they get a highlight, I'm going to be upset. Just hold the ball. Diallo, Fleetwood, Hunter. Oh, and Hutchinson. See, Hutchinson, at the beginning of the season, I didn't think he looked that great. He was one of our weaker players, but I put him in because he fits the formation that we're trying to play as. What a great play there between Fleetwood, Hunter, and Hutchinson. Liking that. 2-0. Yes. Very happy with that for the first game of the season. Couldn't really ask for better than that, can you? Well, I mean, you could, always. But there we go. There's 15 seconds left. They can't win. We've got this in the bag. There we go. The Romans are going to win. The Romans will conquer Margate. That's what's happened right here. The Romans have conquered Margate. Congratulations, guys. That was a good, solid win. Congratulate them, yeah. Just do calm, you know, just don't go over the top. You know, it's just the first game. Margate are one of the lower teams, apparently. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. And they love it. Look at that. There we go. We've gone rising up. It's only one game, though. I'm getting a bit too high at the moment, but that was a good performance, you know. Good possession. Good shots. On target is okay, but they got no shots on target. So I'm quite happy with that game overall. We didn't commit too many fouls or anything. Very good start to the game, especially with those friendlies. I was getting a little bit worried. Like I said, you can never tell. Friendlies don't tell you much. So he's going to be out for 11 to 14 days. Damn, Frankie Artis. We have quite a few midfielders. Just a lot of them aren't that great. But like I said, you can never tell these players, but that goes the first game of the season. Is that a sign of things to come? Is this going to be a glorious campaign of Roman conquest? Or are we really going to show our true colours in the future? Hopefully I can do some more scouting. Hopefully we can find out a bit more about these players before I kind of dive into any of them. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, next time we'll return. I'll show you if I've done any transfer marketing. I usually do like to give players a chance, but we definitely need some more faces just to reinforce positions if they get injured. Especially defense and wingers. We need some attacking midfielders and some defenders. So I'm going to take some chances on some players. I'll have to wait and see. I'll see you next time. I've been NG Paradox.